Yes. Okay. And now I would like to say a few words reminding all of our participants, all of our colleagues who you are. I'm sure that quite a few of our participants know you already because you have been cooperating with IATEFL Poland for a while. And in 21 by 22, you inspired us with your ideas how to make the most of your course book, then using ads in class. And this year, supercharging student motivation, the magic of supernormal stimuli. And all the recordings of all of these webinars are available on our YouTube channel. So if anybody would like to watch them, you are more than welcome to do so. Before I introduce you to the webinar, which will take place tonight, I would like to remind each and all of you that in September, IATEFL Poland has an annual conference, which this time will take place in Wrocław. And Wrocław is a very good place for IATEFL Poland conferences. They are always very successful. So I hope this year it will be also the case between the 22nd and 24th of September. Everybody is welcome to join the conference. The registration has already begun. Early registration is until the 11th of July, sorry. So you can still save some money. If you yourself don't want to participate in this conference or can't, because I don't think that anybody, if you could, you would take up this opportunity. If you can't, pass the message on to your colleagues, whoever they are and wherever they are. And I will provide you with the relevant links. This much about the conference. And now preparation time 0. Just a few words about Nick, who has been active in English language teaching for many years, as he wrote, as a teacher, examiner, presenter, and last but not least, teacher trainer. He has also traveled and given all kinds of workshops and seminars in a number of different countries. And he has also written on methodology, but as he wrote in his bio, he's better known for his psychology in English language teaching articles. So I would like to draw your attention to this aspect of his activity as well. And he draws on insights from marketing, management, social psychology. So this is a very interesting approach. His areas of interest include student motivation, learner independence, and teaching one-to-one, and last but not least, humor. That's what we all need. And today's webinar will give us some very useful hints how to prepare a lesson within a very short time span. You have 2-3 minutes. Yes, you are just to enter your classroom. And the idea that he will equip us with, I would say, is reusable lesson plan. So 10 simple steps, which will allow all of us to deliver a very good lesson at any level, different materials with different groups of learners. All we need is computer, projector, and internet connection. So over to you, Nick.
Thank you so much, Lucia. First of all, can you all hear me? Please type into the chat box, but mute all participants. Okay,
the reply is yes.
Okay. Okay, yes, okay, good. That's good to hear. So hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Nick, and unfortunately today I will not be talking about interesting and motivating stuff, all the things that excite me that have to do with psychology and marketing and management and advertising. And this is a survival talk, okay? So let me start by asking you some questions. Are there days when you feel like this? Are there days when you simply despair? And what is your battery life like at the end of the week? Is it like this, perhaps? Are there days when you want to do this? Or when you collapse in front of your PC? Well, if so, you're not alone. Okay, this is all of us, I think, at some time or another. And don't worry, because help is at hand. So this talk is for busy teachers. Okay, this talk is for overworked teachers. This talk is for teachers who are close to burnout. So let's see what's on the menu for today. For today, I want us to look at the integrated skills lesson plan framework, a template which you can use again and again and again with different texts, different lesson. And yes, you can use the same template at different levels as well. To do this, you want access to a site and a web tool. Okay, you can use this for the lesson, but the students can also use the site and the tool to improve their English on their own. So that's something else I'm a firm believer of. That is strategies that we can give our students to make them autonomous learners. So I have to say, I'm really happy with this presentation. I've given it lots of times. I've written an article based on this, and I once shared it on the British Council Facebook page, and it was reshared 800 times. And the slides for this presentation have been viewed something like 15,000 times. So it cannot be all bad, okay? And I hope you'll agree with me. Right, well, I mentioned the site and the tool. What is the site? What is the tool? The site is a very simple one, Breaking News English. I take it that almost all of you are familiar with it. We're going to look at it in a minute. And the tool is Quizlet. And again, I'm sure that you're all familiar with it. If you want to take a screenshot, you might need these two links, because these are the things that we'll be looking at today. So let's see, let's have a look at the site. What is Breaking News English? I'll see whether I can find it here. Right. Okay, so here, all right. This is Breaking News English, okay? Now, it's a free site. You don't need to create an account or anything. And it's a site run by Sean Banville. And what this guy does is he uploads text regularly on various topical issues. And as you can see, there are different levels, level 0, level 1, level 2, and so on and so forth. Okay, so what do these things look like? Apart from the text, there are also lots and lots of activities. Hello, Tamar. Greetings to you. So let's have a look at what these lessons look like. So this is a typical lesson. You can see the text. The texts are all more or less the same length, which is very important. So you know what to expect. Yeah, that's the idea. You want to give a lesson on a text you haven't prepared. Hello, greetings to you. I can't read out your name, but anyway, so this text is then accompanied by lots and lots and lots and lots of activities, as you can see. True, false questions, gap filling questions, multiple choice questions, slot filling, which is different. We're going to see that. And it goes on and on and on and on. And there's the key as well. Okay. So yeah, and it's the same for the different levels. So now let's go back to our slides. And I'm sure you're familiar with Quizlet as well. We'll be looking at Quizlet in a minute. So let's move on then. What is the lesson plan like? Here's the lesson plan. We'll see the step-by-step approach. So we start with a warm-up. Then we want to do a pre-listening activity, then some listening. Then students get to read the text. They get to focus on language. And then we want the students to benefit from the language. So we'll focus on different things. We'll do gap filling tasks, slot filling tasks. And then we have a productive task where students get to reproduce a part of the text. Well, you'll see how the lesson unfolds as we go through each activity, starting with a warm-up. Let's see how this works. So I've chosen a text. This is the text. Coffee can help you live longer. Well, it's an old text. It's about a study that was done about the beneficial effects of coffee. Now, the first thing we want to do is to activate our students' mental schemata, right? In order to prepare them for the listening task. Over to you now. I hope this is going to be an interactive session. The simplest thing you can do is this, is ask students, what words do you think such a text might contain? Now, I do expect some audience participation here. Okay, I'm counting on you. So please feel free to use the chat box. What words would you expect to find in a text about coffee and about a study on the beneficial effects of coffee? For example, yeah, okay, things like health, anything else? Yeah, sleep, caffeine, what we most need, stimulant, very good. Anything else? Subject, focus, stress, anti-cancer properties, excellent. Okay, addiction, okay, research, all right, methodology, valid, sample. Hello, Fabio from Colombia. Okay, any coffee, health, heart, anything else? Come on, I'm glad to see you're also active so late in the day. Okay. Any other words? Positive. American scientist. Okay. All right. Espresso. What about that? Caffeine. Okay, good. Now, let's take things a step further. So this has helped activate sentimental networks, yeah, vocabulary networks. Now we also want to use our students' background knowledge in order to help them understand the text better when they listen to it or when they read it. So this is an article about a study that was done about the beneficial effects of coffee. Here's the next question. Okay. What questions do you think the text might answer? Over to you. For example, how much coffee should you drink? Anything else? Over to you. Any questions? Does coffee help you? Well, we all know it does. Okay, well done, Valentino. Where was the study published? Remember, it's also about a study. Any other questions? How many cups a day? Yeah, 3 cups. Okay, questions. What questions do you think? What questions do you think the text is going to answer? How reliable are the data? Anything else? Yeah. Is there a difference between the different kinds of coffee? Anything else? Yes. When can coffee be harmful? Who conducted the study? Any other questions? What does caffeine do to your body? Okay. Yeah. What is it that makes very good? I can't read your name. Katarina, is it? Okay. All right. How can coffee have a positive effect on your health? Yeah. Are there any studies to support results? Very good. Okay. You get the idea. So we have these two things then. Let's move on. That was the first thing. Notice how simple it is. You can use the same questions regardless of the text. Okay. Almost. When was coffee first found or made? Okay. Let's move on to the second step. We want students to listen to the text. Okay. Each text is accompanied by listening tracks, as we're going to see. But we want to give them a focus task. We can't just tell them, just listen to it and make notes. Well, as you saw, each text is accompanied by true-false questions. So we can use these as a pre-listening task. Let's see. Here's the true-false part, okay? So we have these questions, true-false questions. We ask the students to read the questions first because that gives them an idea of what the text is about. We want to help them understand the text, right? But we also want to ask them to predict the answers. Okay, over to you now. I want to you to try to do it as though you were a student, so you can see what it feels like. So please write down A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, we're going to do the listening task. And now, together, let's try and predict the answers. The article says there is good news for all lovers. No, I think it's good news for coffee lovers. Okay, so probably this is false. What do you think about the second one? Quickly, don't think too much. Research suggests coffee can reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. True or false? True, okay. Good. Research looked at more than 200,000 coffee drinkers. What do you think? True or false? 3, that's right. Write down the number as well. So C, F, false. Perhaps it's too large a sample. Okay. D, researchers say coffee can reduce levels of premature deaths. What do you think? 4, T or F? 2, perhaps. Yes, if it's good for the health, perhaps yes. Okay. E, the article says many reports in the past have said coffee is bad for us. What do you think? E? True or false? Probably true. Yeah, they used to say that it's bad. Actually, it isn't. I'm a firm believer in coffee. The research said it's still unclear why coffee is good for us. What do you think? F, true or false? Do they know which ingredient is? What do you think? F, true perhaps. True, false, false. Okay. G, researchers also looked at caffeinated drinks in this study. Do you think they only looked at coffee or Coca-Cola and other drinks, energy drinks? True, true. Okay, okay. All right. What about H? What do you think? The cream added to coffee is good for us? H? If only it was. I love cream. Okay, and I have to watch the waste, I'm afraid. Okay, good. So this is the pre-listening task. It's there. It's ready-made. All you need to do is direct the students' attention there and get them to predict the answers. All right. Next step. Well, they've done the pre-listening activity. So the next step is listening. Where is the listening? Well, if you look at the top, you can see where it says listen, and you actually have a choice. North America, British English, etc., etc. You have different speeds and so on. Naturally, you choose British English. Obviously. Apologies to any Americans in the audience. Okay. sorry, Helga. Okay. All right. So let's do it then. Now, I have the track here. I have the questions and I have the track. Let's listen to it. Okay. Remember, you've written down A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, let's do it. Just listen. Please tell me whether you can hear this. Okay, you should be able to, but please write yes or no. Yeah, go.
Coffee can help you live longer. This is breakingnewsenglish.com. There is good news for coffee lovers. A new report claims that regular coffee drinkers may live longer than those who do not drink coffee. Researchers say there is growing evidence that coffee benefits the health, makes you live longer, and reduces the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, other life-threatening illnesses, and even suicide. The study was published by the American Heart Association. It looked at the coffee drinking habits of over 200,000 people who drank between 1 and 5 cups of coffee a day.
Okay, let's see. Good news for all lovers? A, false. Okay. B, can reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes? True, that's right. C, it's true, 200,000. Okay, let's move on.
Researcher Dr. Frank Hu said, "This study provides further evidence that moderate consumption of coffee may confer health benefits in terms of reducing premature death due to several diseases." Scientists have been working hard to analyze exactly what is in coffee that provides so many benefits to the health. Dozens of reports in the past few decades have highlighted the positive effects it can have on the body. Dr. Hu said it was still unclear precisely how elements within the coffee bean interact with the body.
Okay, so let's have a look at D, reduce premature deaths. What do you think? D, true or false? D2. Oh, blimey, Valentina, you're very good. Okay, E is false actually. So in the past, people said that it was good. Yeah. And F, what about F? It is still unclear. Very well done, Valentina. Okay, you're really fast. Next one.
He said, "Coffee is a complex beverage. It's very difficult to pinpoint which component of coffee is responsible for which benefit." Researchers did not include highly caffeinated drinks in the study. They also pointed out that while coffee seems to have health benefits, added ingredients such as cream, sugar, and certain types of sweeteners do not.
All right, very good. So G is false. They didn't look at other things. And of course, as we expected, it is false. Very good. So now you have an idea of the text. Good. Next step. Well, the students have listened to the text. Now we want them to read the text. And we also want to focus their attention on language. Okay. So let's have a look at the text then. This is the first paragraph. Now, if you ask the students to look at the text and perhaps highlight some things, what they're going to do is they're going to focus on unknown words and difficult words. I don't know, things like life-threatening or something. This may not be the best idea. So what I tell my students is this: I want you to focus not on things you don't understand. I want you to focus on words, wait for it, that you can understand, but you wouldn't be able to use. What is more, I do not want you to focus on words. Rather, I would rather you focus on collocations, words that go together, or whole phrases. This is something our students do not do, and we want to encourage them to do. So have a look at this paragraph. For example, here, look, line 3, there is growing evidence. Very good. Your students can understand that, but would they have been able to say growing evidence? Perhaps not. Over to you now. What other collocations do you think students should focus on? Think of yourself as a student. B2, reduce the risk. Very good. Well done, Valentina. You should be looking at my notes. Anything else? Further evidence. Very good, Sophia. Yes. Provide evidence. Very good. This is what our students need to focus on. Verb and noun, and adjective and noun. Anything else? Anything else? Moderate consumption. Excellent. Come on, we want other participants to contribute as well. Life-threatening illnesses. Very good, Nora. Yeah. Coffee drinking habits. Okay. What? Oh, I suppose said premature death already. Good, very good. Let's have a look at the second part. This is the second paragraph. Same thing here. To highlight the effects, perhaps. Anything else? Anything else? Added ingredients, very good. Positive effects, very good. Okay, interact with the body maybe. And if you find it an interesting verb, okay, Fabio. All right, let's not argue this now. If you find an interesting verb that does not particularly interesting, like point out, okay, maybe the scientist, you can add extra noun, pointed out the connection, the correlation. And there is no reason, seeing as this text is about a study, that you cannot introduce other collocations. So for example, compare the results with other studies, with peer-reviewed journal, I don't know, all kinds of things. Okay, right. So we have the collocations. What next? Next, we want to study these collocations. How can we do this? Well, we can do this by means of Quizlet. What is Quizlet? Quizlet is a fantastic piece of software, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. Basically, it works on the card system. So in the good old days, students who wanted to study vocabulary They would sometimes write a word here on a card, and they would write the translation or an explanation at the back, and they would carry these cards around with them, and they would test themselves. So they would say, okay, correlation. That's syschetismos. Okay, then they would test themselves, right? You can do this with Quizlet, but actually I think it's better if you record collocations. So you write one part of the collocation here and the other part on the other side. So for example, a positive effect, moderate consumption, reduce the risk. Very good. And preparing a Quizlet set is so easy. You can do it in class while your students are looking at the text. Quizlet, absolutely. Let's have a look at this Quizlet set. I've already prepared it. But I feel like one of those chefs, you know. Here is one I prepared earlier, yeah? So let's have a look. Okay, here, where's the Quizlet set? Here it is. Coffee benefits. Okay, good. And you had the link, I showed you the link earlier. So how can we study? Well, we have the collocations here. You click where it says flashcard. Okay, hover back to restart flashcards. And here we have some collocations from the text and a few more that I have added myself. Let's have a look at the chat box. Over to you now. Let's see what you remember. Confer what? Confer benefits. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Active what? We don't know what the active is in coffee. Over to you now. Ingredients. Very good, Olga. Unpleasant what? If you take a medicine, it may have unpleasant what? Very, very good. Well done, Olga. You haven't been looking at my. Okay, well, that's okay. Highlight what? Highlight the advantages, perhaps, of drinking coffee. Oh, these I don't remember. The importance. Very good. Boost what? If something is good, it boosts. It can boost your system. Boost your maybe immunity. Very good. Your immune system. Restore what? So if you're ill, you take a medicine that will help restore your energy. Yes, yes, that's okay. Your health, perhaps. All right, very good. Positive, it has a positive on the body. Come on. Effect, impact, effect, same thing. Notice what we are doing here. We're not matching. Students have to retrieve the second part of the collocation. Very good. Next one. Prolong, that's easy. It can help your life. Why down? I said that. Okay, prolong life. Yes. Conduct. Scientists conduct what? To discover the effects of coffee. Very good. Well done, Mohammed. Okay. Pinpoint. It's difficult to pinpoint what the active ingredient is. Perhaps. Pinpoint accurately. Yeah. We also want to focus. Yeah, pinpoint effect. Here we wanted to focus on an adverb as well. Moderate, that's easy. Moderate of coffee can be beneficial. Moderate. Very good, Valentina. Now we can see who the good participants are. I think Luciana should give active participants an extra attendance certificate. Or, you know, an attendance certificate with a couple of stars on it. Okay. Okay. Growing, there is growing that is good for you. Good, well done, concern, but it's not concern because here it's something good, right? Growing concern would be a natural collocation. There is growing that coffee is good for you. Evidence, very good. Netherlands. Okay, premature. Okay, reduce the risk of premature death. Very good. And that's it. Well done. Okay. Very good. So let's see. You share. Okay, let's go back now to our slides. So this is what we've done, right? We've been looking at the flashcards. You click there, you do a flashcard. Very good. How long does this take? It takes like a minute or a minute and a half. It's such an amazing revision tool, Quizlet. Okay. and something your students can do on their own. You can prepare the set and then you send them a link and they have it on the mobile phone. They can do revision wherever they are. Next one. Next step. Okay. Now we've played with the collocations and so on, but there may be some things about the text that they have missed. So, okay, so students may have noticed some collocation, but sometimes they miss certain prepositions or little things. They can discover what it is they have missed by means of a gap filling activity. You don't have to prepare it. It's there. Here it is. If you look at Breaking News English, here it is. Now, here's something for you. Don't do it like this. You should do it like this. Cover the words. Okay. What your students do when they can see the word is a recognition activity. We don't want recognition. We want retrieval. Force the students to come up with the missing words themselves. If they cannot do it, then you show them the words. Let's see. Over to you now. Let's see whether you can do it. Number one, there's good news for coffee. Yeah, very good. Well done. Okay, I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Malgorzata. Okay. Okay, a new report claims that. Number two, coffee drinkers live longer. Number two and the word. You write down the number. Aha, you forgot the collocation. Moderate coffee drinkers may live longer. Research says there's growing. Now we did that. Growing something that coffee benefits. Evidence. Very good, Olga. Why did you have difficulty spotting the moderate bit? Because it's the first part of the collocation. It's easier for us to come up with the second part, growing evidence, okay? Premature death. It's harder to do it the other way around. We are going to do it the other way around. Okay, next one. Reduces there, very easy. Number four, risk, very good. And even other life-threatening illness, and even number five, even number five, come on, you remember that? Even suicide, it's suicide, okay. Take back one of those stars, okay. Okay, it looked at the coffee drinking of over 200,000 people. Come on, I want to see everybody participating. You see the same names in the chat box. Come on, okay. It's all right. Coffee drinking, number 6. Coffee drinking habits, well done. Well done, okay. This study provides more evidence. Another word, what's the word? Provides evidence. Aha, it's another word. No, there's growing evidence. We have that further evidence. Excellent. Additional, excellent. Malgorzata. That was very good. It's actually further, but additional is even better. In terms of reducing death due to several diseases. Do you remember that? Dying early. What's the word? Again, premature. Well done, Sophia. Okay, we're not going to do all of it. You get the idea. Notice how much harder it is to find the first part of the collocation. So let's move on. That's very good because the students get to see the words in the collocation in the text. So it's a good idea to look at words and phrases in context. Next thing. Okay. Where are we? Yes. All right. So this is the same thing. The next thing, let's go back to Quizlet and alternate between these two. Notice, by the way, how fast these activities are. Each of them takes like 3 or 4 minutes. Let's go back to our lovely Quizlet set. Okay, here it is. Now, with these cards, what you can do is you can do this, you can quiz yourself. But with Quizlet, you can do something else. Let me show you actually on the slides. This is what you can do. You can click where it says match. And then what the software does is it brings up the 2 parts of the collocation. You have to match them. You literally drag the one part of the collocation to the other. And you tell the students when you do this, you want to read these collocations aloud so they stick in the mind, right? But what makes it interesting, this is an ordinary matching activity. What makes it interesting is this little thing on the left, the timer. It's addictive. I'm telling you, whenever I prepare a Quizlet set, I do this, 7 or 8 times. It takes less than a minute because I want to beat my own time. Gamification. Fantastic. Let's see how it works. By the way, in this set, we have 13 collocations, but in fact, you can have a set of 60 or 80 collocations. Yeah. And each time the software will bring up different combinations. So let's have a look. Let's do it. I want your help so we can do it quickly. You click where it says match. Start game. I'm going to do the first 2, then I want your help. Oh, all right, here they are. Okay, well, they've got, okay. Unpleasant side effect, but where is it? It's gone somewhere there. I have to move the chat. Okay. Unpleasant side effects. Positive impact. Good, over to you now. Please type the collocation so you can help me do it. Growing evidence, yes, very good. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, okay, next one. Conduct research, excellent. Okay, conduct, yeah, another one. It is now. Highlight the advantages, very good, and compare benefit. That's terrible, 41 seconds. We have to do it again. Let's do it again. It only takes seconds. Okay, I want you to do everything. Off you go. Come on, I'm looking at the chat box. Immunity system. No, we don't have that. No, it's boost immunity actually. Yes, very good. Well done. Next one. Premature death. Yes. Okay. Come on, we have to beat our time. Immunity boost. Yes. Active ingredients. Yes. Another one. Unpleasant side effects. Anything else? Yes. Well done. Confirm benefits and conduct research. 36. Well done. I'm telling you, your students, if I know anything about, if your students are anything like my students, they're going to do it again and again and again until they're down to 15 seconds or something. So let's go back to our slides. How long does this take? Like a few seconds. Okay. Next step. Slot filling. So we looked at gap filling, but slot filling is different, as you're going to see. We're moving gradually away from a single word or a collocation. We're moving to whole phrases. Again, you don't need to prepare anything because it's there. Okay, the activity is ready-made, Reg News English. But here, what has been deleted is not a word, but a whole phrase. And this is excellent. Why? Because the students will discover there are lots of ways of completing the sentences. For example, there is good news for coffee lovers everywhere. Or there's good news for people who love coffee everywhere. There are good news for coffee lovers all over the world. Everything is correct. So students gradually can break away from this idea that, oh, I have to find the one correct word, the one correct phrase. Over to you now. Remember, there are lots of correct answers. A new report claims that regular coffee drinkers may live longer. Go on. What would you say in number 2? The whole phrase, aha, than people who, or longer compared to people who, okay, very good, very good. Let's do something, let's work on the second paragraph a bit. Okay. Scientists have been working exactly what is in coffee that provides so many benefits. What do you think is number 7? Aha. Scientists have been working, no, it's a whole phrase, have been working hard trying to determine exactly what it is in coffee. I've been working on the reason, but you cannot say why, because it's exactly why exactly what, okay, on how to determine exactly what is in coffee. Yeah, so you have to come up with a phrase. Yeah, What about the next one? Dozens of reports in the past few decades have highlighted the positive on the body. The positive what? Number 8. The positive effect that coffee has on the body, etc., etc. Okay. What about number 10? It's very difficult to pinpoint responsible for which benefit. What about number 9? Remember, it's a whole phrase. Sorry, 10. It's not easy, is it? It's a good thing I didn't choose level 6. I think it's something like, it's very difficult to pinpoint accurately, precisely which ingredient is responsible for which benefit. That's right. Well done, Valentina. Okay. Okay, very good. You get the idea, right? This is a very good activity because students get to compare the different versions. Like I said, they get to understand and you can give them feedback and everything. All right. All right. Next step. That's step 9. We're almost there. Well done. Okay. Let's go back to Quizlet. Remember I told you earlier that it's easy if you have the first part of the collocation, but it's harder if you look at the other side. How can we do this? Well, these are your flashcards, right? But here at the top, you can see where it says options, and you can choose to flip the side. So say answer with the term or the definition. Let's see how this is done. So you can look now at the other side of the card. Notice also it's a good idea to press this button, the shuffle button, so that the cards do not always appear in the same order. That's another help. It's little things that make a big difference, right? Let's go back to our Quizlet set. What are we? No, don't play again. Go back. Okay. Yes. Flashcards. So we go to the top where it says options. And you click here where it says answer with the term. Okay. And now we have the second part. Let's see. By the way, Lucina, you needn't worry. I'll be finished within 15 minutes. We should be okay. All right. Benefits. What's the previous one? Confer benefits. Now let's see how good you are here. Ingredients. Over to you. What's the first one? Ingredients. Active. Very good. Added ingredients. Very good. Let's see. Active ingredients. Side effects. Some drugs have side effects. Excellent. Blimey, you're good. Advantages. Pinpoint, highlight, pinpoint. It's equally good, Mohammed. Well done, Mohammed. Immunity. What about this? We want to the immunity system. Boost. Excellent. You remember this one. Health. Benefits the health. Restore health. Okay. Restore your health. Okay. Very good. Impact. What's the adjective? It has an impact on your health. No. Positive. That's right. The first part. Life. It can help life. No, prolong. That's right. Prolong is a new word, but I expect you wanted to say prolong, but just easy. Prolong life. Research. So we say scientists research. What's the word? Conduct research. Well done, Mohammed. Accurately. It's hard to accurately what it is to pinpoint. Well done, Olga. Consumption. That's easy. Consumption of coffee is good. Moderate consumption. Very good. Next one. Evidence. There is evidence, logical evidence, good, but it's something else. Growing evidence. Very good. Death. It can reduce incidence of death. Premature. Excellent. Very good. And yeah, well done. Okay. And finally, we get to the 10th step. Okay. So let's see what we've done so far. We've done some pre-listening activity, listening, reading. We've focused on collocations. We've played with the collocations. We've looked at gap filling, slot filling. we also want a productive element. We want students to do something with this new language. And that's the last step. The last step is the most important step. So don't leave it out. It's the only step where you might need to do some work. So what do you need to do? Here it is. What you want to do is you want to get students to verbally reproduce the text, more or less in their own words. You don't want them to memorize the text. So what you have to do is to prepare a skeleton. This is a skeleton for the first paragraph, and this is the skeleton for the second paragraph. These are the main ideas. Okay, now seeing as there's almost 40 of us here, I can't have everybody doing this, obviously. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first. Notice I try to do it in my own words. And then I will ask you to choose one of the sentences here on the right and write 1 or 2 sentences. But anyway, you choose one of these, right? Let me tell you how I normally do it with my students. With my students, we have a WhatsApp group. And at this stage, I give them the notes and I tell them, okay, guys, pick up your mobile phone, mute your microphone, and record yourselves doing the monologue. So everybody does it at the same time. So you may have 20 students and they all do it. And then you get the class to listen to one of them and you give them feedback. Very good. Notice they cannot be lazy because they don't know whether this is going to be played in the whole class, in front of the whole class. And also you can listen to them later if you want to. So they have to do it seriously. So this is how you do it. Okay, I'm going to do the first part and you just have to write 1 or 2 sentences afterwards for the second part. Okay. According to a recent report, moderate coffee consumption can help you live a longer life. According to the scientists who conducted research, moderate coffee consumption, if you drink between 1 and 5 cups of coffee daily, you have less risk of suffering from a number of life-threatening diseases such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and it can even reduce the risk of suicide. Scientists studied the habits of around 200,000 subjects, and they discovered that on the whole, coffee had a beneficial effect on their health. Dr. Who led the study, says there's now growing evidence that moderate coffee consumption can contribute to better health. Something like this. Over to you now. Choose one of these points on the right, and I just want you to write on 1 or 2 sentences. Let's see. Just 1 sentence. I know it's late. It's the last thing I'm going to ask you to do. I promise. Unfortunately, the study didn't include caffeinated drinks. That's point 3, which would have been interesting. Very good, Valentina. Anything else? Come on, there's almost 40 of you. 1 sentence. Okay. Reports say that coffee has good effects on the body, positive effects on the body. You can try to use some of these collocations. Moderate coffee consumption can have a coffee drinking can result in a longer life, can help prolong life. Good. There's growing evidence that moderate coffee consumption has positive effects on the body. Okay. What about the second one? The study focused on coffee consumption. Only no other caffeinated drinks were included. Excellent. Good. Anything else? Try to push yourself to use some of those collocations. Drinking coffee is good for the health, but added ingredients can be bad, such as, give examples, such as cream, etc., can be bad for our health. Well done, Marva. According to Dr. Who, it's not entirely clear how this result is achieved because coffee is a complex beverage and we don't know precisely which ingredient has this positive impact. Very good, very good. Stated it's unclear how this works since coffee is such a complex. Excellent, Olga. Yeah. To pinpoint exactly. Well done, Valentina. You get the idea. Very good. Do not leave out this productive element. Excellent. Looks like we're almost finished, but I promise you 10 steps so you get an extra half step free of charge. Yeah. Okay. It's a good idea to have a dessert at the end. What do we mean? something which is going to be fun for the students. Look at this. You can go to a site called Crossword Labs and you can create a crossword based on the text with words that have to do with coffee. Yeah. And this is what it looks like. It's fantastic. It takes 1 minute to prepare. And this is what this is what your crossword will look like. And you can do it online. Let's have a look. Look. This is Crossword Labs. You write the title of the crossword, and then here you write a clue, coffee, and the explanation, a beverage, which I know, Sophia. Okay, that's a which helps you stay awake. Perhaps. Okay, you get it. That's it. And within 1 minute, you have the crossword. Which crossword? This crossword. It's ready. Let's see. And you can do it online. Let's see number 1. Okay, here, a type of coffee made with espresso, hot milk, and chocolate. Any ideas? Okay. Latte. Is it latte? I think it's mocha, actually. And normally you can do it. I don't know why you can do it now. You can type in here. Okay. Okay, here. It's mocha, I think. Okay, good. You see, you can do it online. Number 2. I spelled it wrong there, apparently. A device used to strain coffee grounds from brewed coffee. What is it? A French coffee? Let's see how many things you know about. What do you use to strain? How about filter? Very good. That was correct. Number 5. Yeah, a device used to grind coffee beans into a fine powder. That's easy. It's a grinder. Good. How about number 7? A strong black coffee made by forcing steam through finely ground coffee beans. The strongest, yes, espresso. Great, you get the idea. We're not going to do all of it. Okay. Excellent. And we'll be finished in 2 minutes. That's it. So this is what it looks like. It takes 2 minutes, and this is, if you click on the answers, it will show you the answers. Fantastic. You can, in fact, ask the students to prepare the crossword as homework, for the classmates. Wonderful. All right. So let's recap quickly. Today, we have looked at an integrated lesson plan framework, which you can reuse with different texts and at different levels. But we've looked at a site and a tool which our students can use to improve their English. Now, imagine that somebody stops you immediately after leaving this session. You say, what one thing would you like to remember? Takeaways, one takeaway. Please share it into the chat box. What one thing would you like to remember? Thank you, Rasha. One thing. Gamification is super important. Very good. Anything else? Yes, matching the collocation. Use English.com. Okay. Keep your activities short and fast. One thing is diversity in activities. Yeah, but you need some variety. Okay. It's good to have a bag of tricks. The idea that there's more than one correct answer. Yeah. Fast activities. Very good. Here are my 2 key having fun. Very important. Key takeaways. Your activities should be short and fast paced. Bang, bang, bang. But these activities, they take like 3 or 4 minutes max. Make sure you integrate the skills. So we did listening, we did reading, we did speaking. Make sure your students can focus on the language too, collocations and phrases, not single words. make sure there's also a productive component at the end, maybe speaking or writing. And as somebody said, make sure you include a dessert at the end. And I have a dessert for you, okay? Because I know that most of you are women, and because I know that women love George Clooney, I have an advertisement featuring George Clooney. George Clooney wants to have some coffee, so he goes to an espresso bar. Let's see what happens.
Experience the quality of Nespresso, and you'll let no one compromise your pleasure.
May I?
Please.
It's a Voluto.
It was.
Do you want me to...
Oh, so nice of you, Mr.
George. My name is George.
George Clooney is inside!
Nespresso. What else?
Okay. I remember when I was younger, I once dated a girl, and I was trying so hard to impress her. So at some point she leant over and she told me, there are 3 ways to make me love you, she said. Buy me coffee. Make me coffee. Be coffee. And I thought to myself, at least I can do the first 2. Okay. Hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Valentina. Thank you. If you'd like to read that article, here are the links. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, Ilya. Thank you, everyone. I can't read that. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't read that. Okay, I give up. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Marwa. Thank you so much, Natalia. Don't tell me, tell Lucina. Okay, so they can invite me to Wrocław again. Thank you, Tabari. Thank you, Olga. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. You
I
are
did
the
quite well
host
in terms
here.
of time.
You are the
53 minutes.
inspirer, the wizard of the evening. That
Thank you.
was excellent. And I hope,
Confess, you liked George Clooney. That was the cherry on the cake. Yeah.
yeah, of course, I like George Clooney too. Yes, but there are many other people I like and I'm inspired by. So,
Thank you so
okay.
much, guys.
I will just now stop the Facebook
Recording.
live streaming, right? And I will stop recording.